Hey, what's going on, best friends? Zach hanging out with you here in the KD Country studio. Very excited to have some special guests with me from The Voice, from Team Blake Shelton. Of course, you know how much I love Blake Shelton and how much we all love Blake here in Texoma because he lives here. He's our neighbor, y'all. And, of course, you got to check out Old Red in Tishomingo, and you know how much I love the Bull Burger. But they have a great show lined up. If you're a fan of Team Blake like I am, Saturday, February 19th, these two guys are going to be on stage at the Doghouse. We got Peedy, Chavis, and Carson Peters. What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
What's up?
Okay, now, first off, I feel like I should take my hat off here because y'all got a whole bunch of hair and I got a whole bunch of nope. All right, so I got to ask you guys. So The Voice, man, this had to be. Let's start with you, Peedy. This had to be like just a dream come true. You being able to get up there on stage, seeing the four coaches on there, and then ultimately being on Blake Shelton's team. Man, I imagine this was probably a game changer for you.
Absolutely, it was very surreal being there and having him turn around and everything, and just the whole experience throughout the process. It was a great time. I'll remember that time forever, and it definitely has sparked me to keep doing this and take it very seriously. So it was pretty awesome.
So Carson, let me ask you about your experience. I think your first song was Tulsa Time, which we know pretty well here in Texoma, being Southern Oklahoma and North Texas, a radio station serving that area there. So I mean, tell me about the nerves of you being up on stage. Were you hoping for Blake to turn the entire time?
Oh yeah, man. I was Team Blake the whole way. Now after the song, when I had a couple options, it was a lot harder of a decision than I thought it was going to be. But once Blake started talking to me and just his knowledge of the music and him knowing exactly what kind of country I wanted to sing, really nudged me in his direction even more than I already was. And it's not something I regret for sure. I definitely enjoyed being a part of Team Blake.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Saturday, February 19th at the Doghouse at Old Red in Tishomingo. They got some VIP tickets, y'all, so you can hang out with Peedy and Carson. Maybe Carson will let you play his fiddle. Probably not. Probably we don't need that at all. But anyways, yeah, you can go to oldred.com/Tishomingo to we're losing Carson now.
Uh-oh.
Carson's out in his car. He's a senior in high school, and we're making him skip class. And so we're losing connection here, but maybe he'll join us again. There he is.
Oh man, the connection in the high school parking lot, man.
Dude, you gotta love technology and cell service and all that. So, yeah. Carson, we were talking about that. Maybe you could have some folks play your fiddle in the VIP area.
Oh, absolutely, man. If they want to come up and try her out.
Try her out. I love that. All right, so Peedy, let's talk about it. So you did an Elvis tune right off the bat, and then I watched a video you doing some CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival, not Cross Canadian Ragweed, but Creedence Clearwater Revival. So I mean, you kind of got like this old school like rock and roll type stuff going on. So I'm assuming that's your main musical influence.
Yes, sir. Yeah, all that stuff from the 50s and 60s and 70s. I love to play that stuff all the time, and that's kind of what I kind of like to play when I do shows and stuff. So it'll be a lot of that music.
It's like road tripping music, just something you can throw on and just crank it up, especially CCR. I find myself listening to a lot of CCR when you're on a road trip.
Absolutely, yeah. Every single time I get in the car, it's all those playlists, and I love to sing them all the time. So, yeah.
So, Carson, you have played fiddle with Ricky Skaggs. Now, something I like to do on my morning show is I like to crank up Country Boy from Ricky Skaggs. We'll throw it on every so often on the morning show and just crank it up in the studio and just have some fun, start dancing in here. But so would you say, I've seen you play a couple of different instruments. So would you say fiddle is your main instrument, or are you just one of those talented people, unlike me, and can play like 17 different things?
I didn't hear the second half of your question too well at all due to the horrible connection. But I will say, being able to play Country Boy on the CMAs with Ricky Skaggs, that was just crazy. I mean, one of the biggest stages I'd ever played on and probably ever will play on. And for sure, it was a really special moment to share that with my hero as well. And Ricky's helped my career so much, and just being able to play that song specifically, one of my favorite Ricky Skaggs songs, and have that fiddle part was something special.
So can you play multiple instruments? I've seen you with a guitar and I've seen you with a fiddle. What else can you play? I think we're losing him
If
again.
that question was to me, I did not. Golly, man. I'm so sorry about this connection. I wish I could fix it.
No, you're good. You're good, man. You can. We're just talking about the multiple instruments and stuff. I've seen you with a guitar. I've seen you with a fiddle, and there he goes, and he gone. Peedy, how many instruments can you play? You just play guitar?
I just play guitar for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah. See, me, I'm a drummer, so I just play drums, and some folks don't even consider that being an actual musician.
Oh no, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
There is half the time. It's the backbone.
I got to keep that tempo going, and like you said, keep it rolling. We'll see if we can connect with Carson here in just a second. But yeah, Peedy Chavis, Carson Peters from The Voice, Team Blake. They're going to be at the Doghouse at Old Red in Tishomingo, and we're just keeping Carson out of class. This is what we're doing right now. We're keeping him out of the classroom. He was probably having science or something going on. What class you got right now?
Yeah, I had a little U.S. government, but
okay.
But we'll be all right for you can just keep me as long as you want, man.
I was like, I don't want to go back to learn about the U.S. Government. All right, so Carson, I'll tell you right now,
this music is a little more interesting to me than the judicial branch of the United States, but I guess it's important.
Yeah, it is important. But let me tell you, in Texas and Oklahoma, there's a lot of folks here all about the fiddle. And so I'm telling you right now, you can just go, you can play at any band. You just pick it and go play fiddle for somebody.
Oh shoot, man. That would be awesome. That's one of my, I'd like to never have a real job. I'd like to always just be able to play music and have a good time and enjoy what I'm doing. But hopefully all that'll work out. And even if it don't, I'll be able to, that's something I really like about music. You don't have to be a professional to enjoy it. You can always play it, and I know I'll be playing till they either have to prop me up on stage or I'm just dead and gone. But it's just so fun, man, and it's always something that anybody can enjoy, and you don't even have to be any good at it to enjoy it. And that's something I like as well.
Now, before just in case we lose you again, Carson, I got to ask you. So Blake Shelton's fiddle player, she's phenomenal, and her name's escaping me right now. But did he get you connected up with her at all? And we'll see what his answer is here in just a second. All right, Peedy. So tell me about Elvis, man. I mean, my dad's a huge Elvis fan. And somebody your age is usually not a huge Elvis fan. I mean, of Elvis, but tell me about kind of how you started getting into Elvis Presley.
Yeah, when I was a really young kid is when my mom showed me him and my parents showed me him, and I kind of grew to it at a very early age and just kind of was obsessed with it, and it showed me a lot of great music, not just him, but a lot of other artists of that time period that it grew me to their music and made me learn a lot of different music. So it was, I just love all that stuff of that time. And that's kind of what I stick to for the most part. But, the real thing about Elvis to me though, it literally opened me up to a lot of different types of music, especially at that time period that I wouldn't have been able to find if I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of country music in general, but I don't know if it's just like nostalgic or whatever it is, but I find myself kind of gravitating to like even the older country, like the 70s, 80s,
right.
Stuff that like
Randy Travis and
exactly.
Alan Jackson and all those guys. I love Merle Haggard too,
mm-hmm.
and that's a song I'll do here, Working Man Blues, I'll definitely do it. I always love to sing that song. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff. Yeah, I love it all.
Yeah, and I find myself gravitating, to the folks. Even I know Blake Shelton before has talked about, Earl Thomas Conley, Ronnie Millsap,
Yeah, Ron
folks
Millsap.
like that, Steve Wariner, just the older country. You just find yourself sitting out in your backyard with a little bonfire going, Peedy. You know what I'm saying? And you
Right.
got that 70s, 80s, and 90s country music cranked up, or at least that is the way for me. All right, I know this is going to be a tough question for you, Peedy. By the way, Peedy's going to be playing with Carson Peters. Carson will not be in his U.S. government senior high school class on Saturday, February 19th. We're going to bring him to Texoma to Old Red in Tishomingo. But Peedy, I know this is going to be tough for you, but what is your favorite Elvis song? Do you have one that you just every single time that you hear it, it's a stop down?
I really couldn't answer that question, honestly. I've thought about it before, and I don't really know, honestly. There's too many good ones. I would probably say something more bluesier that a lot of people don't know. It's called Reconsider Baby, and that one, it's not a very popular song, but that would probably be the best one, just because it's a lot of instrumental, and it's got a saxophone in it, and it's got a good groove, and yeah, that's the kind of music that really makes you feel something. So yeah.
I like Can't Help Falling in Love, and actually played it in the high school band. So there you go. Look at me, Peedy. Me playing the quad tom part, and it was like not even hard at all. It's like I think I hit the quads like 2 times in the drum line for that song, but yeah, it's great.
Hey, you were there. You were there.
I was there. I was stepping at the right time and all that. So, anyways. All right, Peedy, man, thank you so much for joining us. I don't think Carson's going to be able to rejoin us here. This is what happens. Cell phones, sometimes you get a good signal, you get a bad signal, and I appreciate Carson for trying to fight through all of that. But it's going to be a great show. Peedy, have you and him played shows together before, other than doing some stuff on The Voice?
Yeah, absolutely. We earlier in January we did 2 shows together at Old Red in Nashville on Broadway. So
cool.
Yeah, so it'll be a good time, and we will even play together some in the show. So it'll be a good time.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Old Red and Tishomingo, the Dog House. Yeah, going to be on the Dog House stage. And I'm telling you, you see right there on the screen, you got tickets, VIP tickets, hotel upgrades. All of that's at allred.com/Tishomingo. And make sure you get your tickets for Peedy Chavis and Carson Peters. By the way, he's emailing me right now, Peedy. Probably apologizing, but I totally understand. You get out in the parking lot on that pavement, and it can... you can get into cell hell if you know what I mean. But Peedy, thank you so much for joining us today, and we can't wait to have you here in Texoma on February 19th.
Thank you for having me. Can't wait to be there.
All right, Peedy Chavis, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we had Carson Peters, hanging out with us and taking a break from his U.S. government senior class. But make sure you go and get yourself some tickets. Old Red in Tishomingo, the Doghouse stage, Peedy Chavis and Carson Peters, and get those today. All right, have yourself a great rest of your day. Love you hard. Bye.